This is the new Spitfire's Abbey Road Orchestra first violins, and these, my friends, it's that good. It's that good. All right, let's get this started. So, first of all, the problem with reviewing a library like this, when you get one of these professional strings libraries like this one, or any of these Spitfire originals, or orchestral to Berlin strings, cine strings, cinematic studio strings, it's that you cannot go wrong. Like, they are amazing, they are just outstanding, they sound fantastic. Now, these libraries objective or goal, or they were aiming to raise the bar. So that's what we're gonna be trying to see, if they actually raise the bar. I'm gonna be, oh, the light went off. I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow, because I'm planning on doing 3 videos. One is going to be this one, first reaction or first impression. Second, we're gonna do a more like a proper review, a little bit shorter, straight to the point, a little bit more organized. Maybe that's in a couple of days, and then I'll do a third video, performing live, scoring, composing using this library. Okay, I think that's the most important part. Live comes back and forth. Cool. And so let's get started. Now, again, you cannot go wrong with this library. Sounds amazing. So, and they are trying to push the boundaries, just like this light. And so it's hard to, because it just sounds amazing. It's just, so how good is this library really? We need a comparison, right? So we're gonna be comparing it with Cinematic Studio strings, and that's what we're gonna be doing back and forth. Now, quick disclaimer: I loaded this library. I literally I duplicated this track, which is the Cinematic Studio strings, and then I replaced it with this one. So this is my template. There's a little bit of processing. I wanted to do it this way because I wanted to see, my templates, my sound, I'm very used to it. So when loading a new template library, I wanted it to go through the same processing to see exactly how it compares to everything else. And that's what I did. Done. There's not much, just a little bit of shadow hills here. And just a little bit of analog saturation and a few more things. But essentially, very, very subtle processing plus reverb. Okay? But anyway, let's load Cinematic Studio strings and let's load first violins, Abbey Road Orchestra. So we're gonna be moving back and forth using these 4 tracks. Okay, so violins 1 long, the Cinematic Studio strings, Abbey Road Orchestra, violins 1. Again, violins 1 from Cinematic Studio strings. Now the short articulations, and the same thing for the short articulations. So it's the same patch with key switches. It's just that these two I deactivated the short articulations, and these ones here I deactivated the long articulations. And the way to do this is here in here, this pencil. You can choose which ones you want to have. All right, cool. So that's that. The other thing that I have changed is for the long notes, this guy controls vibrato. So, and for the short notes, which is this one here, this one controls tightness, which basically is where the, explaining like this: if the short staccato sampler starts here and reaches sample peak here, and then it has kind of like a decay like this. Let's say that this is 1 second, right? Something like this, right? Now the sample kind of, and let's say that maybe this is 15 or 50 milliseconds. All right. So the sample can start playing here at the very, very beginning, right? The very beginning of the sample, or it can start playing. So it can start playing here, or here, or here, or closer to the sample peak, to the loudest part of the sample. See? So for example, if we go back here and I show, and I move this down, see? Now it's going to be a little bit, it's gonna feel a little bit more natural, more organic, right? And if I move this up like this, then it's going to sound a little bit tighter. Let's give this a try. So and when you are performing, you can tell because you're doing the ostinato, and it's much easier here because when you hit the note, the sample starts, and when you're here, it has to do all these 50 milliseconds or whatever it is, and it's easier here. It sounds a little bit more natural here, but anyway, you get the point. All right, so same processing, same everything. Let's hide all these tracks because I think we are not going to need them. So all these are going to be hidden now. Boom. And let's make them this a little bit bigger. Something like this. Okay. And let's just play a little bit with them. Again, remember, Cinematic Studio strings, and then here the new Abbey Road Orchestra first violins. So let's start with the legatos. Dang. All right. Comparison, just a sec. So Cinematic Studio strings. Abbey Road. So softer, dynamic, range is beautiful. So softer, we can hear a little bit more of the room. Obviously, we can tweak all this, but out of the box, it feels more, see? So Cinematic Studio strings, they feel a little bit more to the left. We can hear a little bit more of the closeness. Easy to, like, I imagine if we move to this mix, I see. Now we're gonna have now a sound that resembles more what we have here in the cinematic studio. So Abbey Road and now cinematic studio. Let's go to this lyrical legato. Nice, beautiful. I think at this point we can. There's no argument. It is one of the things that I like the most is how the transition between the different dynamic layers. Let's just leave the vibrato up here, expression, and now we will go very slowly going up and see how the different dynamic layers transition. So just to the softest dynamic range is beautiful. No vibrato. It's not quite flautando, of course. But it's very soft and beautiful. Let's go up. I've tried other libraries where the transition you can clearly notice going from one layer to the other. And definitely this is not a real instrument, right? The layers are there, like you can hear the different layers, but it's very well programmed and it's so smooth. We could just for in comparison, this is cinematic studio strings. So a difference is that cinematic studio strings, when you go all the way down, the sound disappears. Let me make this just a tad bigger because it's important. Now let's continue here. Let's add the vibrato. With vibrato, the transition between the different dynamic layers is less noticeable because the vibrato has that fluctuation in the sound that is going to blurry a little bit the transition between different dynamic layers. But anyway, I wanted to make the comparison with both vibratos up. Transition. Okay, one thing. So also very, very, soft transitions, seamless transitions. Maybe in the lower register, we could hear that first initial transition a little bit more. That's the only thing that I would say regarding cinematic studio strings. The Abbey Roads are super soft the entire way. Very seamless. One thing to notice is in the upper or in the higher dynamics, you have to push the modulation higher here for you to get to the fortissimo or triple forte dynamics. Like all this range here, all this range, it's kind of it's the softer dynamics. It feels like all these range is like until forte, right? So from pianissimo, like triple piano, pianissimo, piano, mezzo forte, maybe forte here, and then you have to go all the way up for the fortissimo or triple fortes. Whereas, and so that's something that you have to get used to. Whereas the cinematic studio strings, it feels like you get quicker to louder dynamics. It's pretty loud here already. So something to get used to. So this is soft. Like we are here more than halfway up, and it is still soft, which is nice. It's good. I like it. I like soft. So I like the soft range of libraries. I most of the time stay here. Not most of the time, but I like it. I don't know. Let me see. With the Spitfire, I'll always find or typically find that the loudest registers are not the most aggressive. In this case, though, have no complaint. What I it's like if I was matching different libraries, definitely this behaves differently, especially dynamic modulation, and so I find that even though I matched the libraries in terms of volume here, see, Cinematic Studio Strings is at like -1, -0.9 dBs, and Abbey Road is at +7 dBs, because out of the box sounds a little bit softer, or and you can bring the volume up here, but I kept it the same. I just brought it up here. So even though the volume is the same, at kind of like at this range here. Sorry, we're still showing this. So again, Abbey Road +7 dBs, and then Cinematic Studio Strings -1. And this matches kind of like the volume here in the like the mid of the register. But then as we go up, this library gets louder. All right, cool. All right, let's continue. So the legatos are absolutely beautiful. One of the hardest things for libraries, it's very simple. It's pretty good. I was performing the fast ones with the lyrical legato, and that's the wrong one to use. Should be using this one. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Ooh. Yes. Oh, beautiful. All right, long notes. Uh, just Elliott scoring strings, just as it's the same thing, but it's a little bit harder to perform those legatos because the delay, the latency, right? Which obviously you can always adjust here with the negative delay, but it just makes it a bit harder to perform. Ah. Let's go here. And with Cinematic Studio strings, you can always turn the advanced mode and go to standard. It's easier to play. Beautiful. Beautiful. La la la. Ah, por legato portamento. All right, beautiful. Let's go back here. Let's go for the long notes. flautandos. Obviously. Okay, cool. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. And what I like, it's easier to do the transition. I like that. It's so easy. You know the typical drop when you connect two chords, and you have obviously to overlap, and I'm overlapping with the pedal here. Where is it? Pedal. There you go. This guy over here. Um, but it's much easier, which I like. I like it. Much easier. Let's load another flautando from Spitfire that I have here. Let's compare it. See that the transition there was. This is from so the other Spitfire library, the original one, the one recorded in the Air Studios. So this guy here, basically, yeah. Well, that you cannot see is this guy. Which is beautiful, but let's see. This was a little bit louder, this library. It's a little bit louder in volume, so that gave us the impression already that it sounded better. That's the effect of loudness. But it's just different. Just different tone. Tremulous, by the way. Sorry. I don't know if we talked about this, but I'm using this mix tube. It's a little bit tighter because Cinematic Studio Strings has a little bit more a tighter sound in the out of the box mix. Obviously, we can tweak all these things, and there are so many mics here. But I'm using this one here. So let's continue. Just I think I've got a tad too much reverb. For slow things, great. I just finished a soundtrack, and it required a little bit of a longer reverb. Let me just fix this. All right, cool. tremolos here. Obviously, the release much better. In Abbey Road Orchestra. But here we've got the legato tremolo. And in the Abbey Road, we're gonna still fake it, I guess. Whoa, that was good. All right, cool. Let's continue. Long harmonics. Nice. There's something there in the air, in the space. This space, in particular, is what I'm talking about. That I can hear in the sound, and sometimes there are some articulations where it is not as noticeable, right? But for the more subtle ones, for the softer ones, for the ones where the direct sound doesn't take as much space, like these harmonics, where you can feel the room, and obviously this room has something to it. And we've heard it so many times in some of the most iconic movies. And I'm not trying to sell this library. I'm just that's just pure reaction. And I just paused the video because I wanted to drink, but I'll just go ahead. How long so far? 32 minutes. Okay. And we still haven't done the. So it's a nice library. It's good. It's good. It's like I'll play way more, and I want to give you a more informed review. Right? I need to play a little bit. I need to put some hours before I go out there and say but it's obviously good. It's good. It's and obviously the space is there. It's one of the most important things when you buy a sample library where it has been recorded. Obviously the musicians and what instruments they use. Obviously the recording techniques and the sampling and how it's been built and coded. Is it easy to use or is it hard to use? So that's very very important. But one of the most important things as well is where it has been recorded. And so this has that uniqueness, this sound that is very unique, and this is one of the best, you know, scoring stages in the world, and some of the most iconic movies have been recorded here. And it just there's that beauty there. That's just the way it is. Obviously, there are other libraries that have been like Cine Samples has been recording the Sony scoring stage by Dennis Sand, right? Also, one of the iconic spaces and iconic mixing engineers. So you've got that sound there as well. But anyway, just wanted to mention this. But as you can see, also when we compare a 450, well, this is the price. Let me show you. I think we've discussed this at the beginning. At this point, I don't remember, but 449 for the professional version and 249 for the core version. And this is just Violins 1, and we don't even have concertino. So it is expensive. It is expensive for sure. How to justify this if you are working at the professional level? For sure, it comes into place. I imagine, and Guy Mitchell-Moore was mentioning this in his review, that people like imagine like if you have to buy violins 1, violins 2, violas, cellos, and double basses just for the strings, right? And then on top of that, the concertino. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know what are going. And then all the brass they already have. So it is a very expensive library. Is it worth for you to? That's something that you'll have to decide. As I'm doing the comparison, so you see that some things are better. I truly like the sound. It's beautiful. Obviously, the way it has been sampled and built is just is so good. Like there are things that I've seen this library do that I haven't seen in other libraries. The softness of the transitions, beautiful. The legatos, spectacular. It's spectacular. The easy. It's so easy to play. So it makes you enjoy the process of composing. How important is this? But going back to Guy Mitchell, what he was mentioning is like, you know, maybe what people will do is buy the violins 1 and cellos, the pro version, and then for the violins 2, violas, and double basses, the core version. It did make sense. But anyway, let's go back to the sound. So the vibratos are beautiful. This is one of the this is the sound that I used to start the video, right? It just so good. So trill minor seconds, major seconds. The releases are also so good. The release of the samples. Moving on, next. So the minor thirst, very useful as well. Sometimes I do this to see up here if this guy moves or not. It means that they recorded non-vibrato and vibrato, which, hey, this makes sense for the kind of sustains, I guess. No? Oh, sorry. No, I messed up. I messed up. Sorry, should be looking at this guy. So yes. Oh, let me see. I messed up multiple times. No, okay. So I did not miss. So no, no vibrato here control. No vibrato here control. Okay, makes sense. And here, no vibrato. Okay, cool. So I just messed up here. Cool. All right. And here, vibrato. And do I have number 2? Yes, perfect. Yes, cool. All right. All right, cool. Going minor thirds. So this is D0. D0. Yeah. All right, that's okay. Oh, it's so nice. And how would this sound with like the more full sounding mix? Let's open this one. Let's see. Loading samples. Loading samples. Still loading samples. Come on. Just wait a little bit. Here we go. Voice. Oh, woof. Oh, it's so good. Oh, so good. You know, one of the most beautiful sounds from this library, in my opinion. By the way, oops, piano. There you go. It's this guy here. Sorry, where's the tremolo? Tremolo, and the low and the kind of like the soft register. Woo! uh, woo. You know when people ask you, so why are you a composer? These moments, these moments, and others as well. But scoring to picture, finishing a soundtrack, that's a good moment. All right, let's continue. So moving on. This guy. All right, cool. So, what? Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Wait. What? Oh, a bug? I think I found a bug. I think. I no complaint. No, but I think I found something. Maybe I'm wrong. No, 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 no. My bad. See, I was wrong. I was wrong. So just okay, but it's late. Um, recorded a couple of videos in many hours. Sorry. Just the small intervals. But not. So minor third is the biggest one. See? this is one of the hardest for sample libraries, like repeated intervals up and down, up and down, up and down, because you know that we've got the round robins, right, for the short notes, right? So usually we'll have like 8 or so, or 16, whatever. But for transitions, they sometimes record round robin transitions as well, which come very handy when you keep doing this back and forth. This back and forth. For this to sound natural, each transition between the C and the E and the E and the C and the C and the E and the E and the C and the C, it should be different. Otherwise, the note may sound different, but the transition will sound the same, and we'll get the machine gun effect. And so the transition should be round robin for something as simple as this to sound actually natural. And so when we are here doing all this crazy stuff, there's some, like, it's not perfect. Woo! Middle register. Anyway, that's just madness, craziness. This freaking amazing. This that just good though. So it's as good as real instruments. No. Especially like sample libraries will shine with staccatos and things like this. The orchestra will shine with all the, all the more melodic elements, and so libraries will struggle with the legatos, especially fast legatos, and they're getting better and better. And one of the why do they why do they build a library like this? Like, there are great libraries, right? Out there, there are great sample libraries. The goal for a library like this, and that's why it's so expensive, is because they are trying to push the boundary. They are trying to raise the bar, right? And it's in these small little things like what I just did, where you can see the difference, right, of this new, like this is the newest and most advanced like string sample library out there, in my opinion. But the gain, those incremental gains, come at a very high cost, a very high price, right? To produce a library of this level, these sessions, we are talking at the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The library like this, I cannot venture, but it is very expensive. Like, just to give you an idea, usually in LA, a union musician, depending on the contract, but at a demo contract, which is one of the cheapest contracts for a union musician for one day, it's you're gonna spend $1,000 per union musician usually per day. All right. Generally, the studio, something like Fox or Sony, it's going to be at around $8,000 per day, something like this. Smaller studios, you can rent them for like 3,000, 4,000. Warner Bros. It's more expensive. Sony or like Fox and things like this, we're gonna range. It depends, but 8, 9,000. It can be more, right? So that's for just renting the studio. I'm not even talking about the mixing engineer. So this is a big orchestra. It's lots of days. So just imagine a session like a full orchestra, 60, 70 musicians, plus, couple of days, or just one day. Generally, just that one day, it's going to be $100,000. And Abbey Road is just as expensive or more expensive, and the musicians are the same things. There are rules as well. So just add up, right? 100,000, 200,000, 300, whatever it is, right? And it's obviously they're not recording with the entire orchestra. They're smaller groups, but still. And then that's not even the worst part. You know how long it takes to compile, to clean it. So this is a massive, massive project for which I just so thankful that they are willing to push the boundaries and to go farther and to raise the bar, right? Because it takes such a big budget plus such a big effort for that incremental gain, which we value so much, right? This playability, and then the things that I just done, which again, it's not even as real as it can get, or as real as it would get with a real orchestra, but it's much better, or incrementally better than what other libraries can offer. Anyway, more playing, less talking. Let's just continue. Legato détaché. These ones I love. This is changing the bow direction in every note, something like. So great. Legato portamento, we tried this one. Legato slurred. Nice. Woohoo! Ah! Oh, so good. Ah, so good. I'm tired. But it's so good. Let's continue. Ah, nah, it's good. So good. So good. Oof. Why do we have long again? Oh, yeah. Those are long notes, but longer recordings of those notes, so we don't hear the connect, the loop of the note. So this is great. All right. Bueno. Bueno. All right. Performance legato. These are the performance legato and the lyrical legato, but the less resource intensive. Okay, cool. So no need to try these ones. Okay, let's move to Short notes. Woo! Mama. Ah, it's here. This guy. This we can hide. The entire time in C minor. We're not gonna move away from C minor. Ooh, so easy. Way more realistic because the bringing down the tightness, but harder to play. You. Let's just spiegatissimo. So let's just compare. Boom, boom. So this is a friend. So cinematic. This was Abbey Road. And this guy here. Let's go back. What is the mix here? No, let's match the mix with a little bit tighter mix. Let's bring this up. And let's go here. It's loading. See. Digging, dagarim. So different. They're both great. No complaint here. I think it's a matter of taste at this point. So, and then we've got the spicatissimo. Listen, this is the deal. At the end of the day, you are the composer, right? And you know what you want when you are composing. And you know what you want because you have listened to so much music in the past and you're trying to emulate things. As you gain experience, you create from within, you're creating completely new things, right? But never is always completely new. We all learn from the past, right? We use things from the past and then we add our own spin to it. So again, you're the composer, you know what you want, right? You're composing, and it's about knowing what library you've got that is going to do the thing that you want. So for example, clearly here you've got these staccatos, right? This is Abbey Road Orchestra. Now, Cinematic Studio Strings has this a little bit more aggressive triple forte type of thing, right? Woo! Right? So, Cinematic Studio Strings, Abbey Road. So it's a different type of aggression. Even if you want this type of aggression, then you're gonna use Cinematic Studio Strings for that, right? Now, if you want the sound of those harmonics that we saw earlier, right? These guys. Well, this is in this library. So get to know your libraries, get to know your tools, and then use whatever you need to use to get the sound that you're trying to recreate. Okay. So Abbey Road Orchestra feels a little bit softer. Then Cinematic Studio Strings a little bit more aggressive. But if we want a little bit more brightness and bite, then we've got very, very different sound, right? In this case, the was a little bit louder as well, so it was not it was an unfair comparison. But so this is this guy. Then we've got this guy. Which are similar. So again. Then finally, where is it? Abbey Road. Cinematic Cine Strings. Very different sounds. Get to know your libraries, use what works best for you given what you're trying to create. Let's continue, and I'm gonna focus on Abbey Road. So spicatissimo, yeah. Spiccato, spicatissimo. I'm looking forward to trying these ones. And I think that's all. So the thing with the marcato is that if you hold the note, it's a longer marcato. And if you don't, then it's a shorter. That's nice. That's nice. Cool. Yeah. Cool. All right. Obviously, you can use switches. Obviously, this sounds beautiful. And then on the top of the range, velocity range, then we've got the snapped pizzicato. All right, cool. Con leño. All right, in this. Wow. Huh. Daga 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 daga. Let's play with the release a little bit here. Release. Oops. Yes. 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 What tempo do we have set now? We can get rid of this guy. I'm gonna go here. Tempo is 70. Let's go 150. And let's go here. I thought it would sync. See here with these guys. Sorry, here. It's two of them. Yeah. Right, and so if you change the tempo, then it changes, for example, 120. I'm confused. At this point, I'm confused. Yeah. And maybe I have to investigate a little bit more here, and definitely I will. This is, but I thought here. That's okay. And this pretty much concludes. The first impressions. Let me just test the marcato against this guy. Okay. Now. Both of them? Yeah. Both of them. This was so this one was so that's nice. and longer and feels so nice. This one again has a little bit more of aggression. This is cinematic now. And it feels a little bit closer. What do we have here? Yeah, we are here. So combining both of them. Cool. Anyway, I think this concludes our first impressions video, which is a 1 hour and 10 minutes video. I hope I didn't bore you. This is a fantastic library. It's amazing and I love it so much. It has some of the best legatos I've ever seen. Definitely no questions, no question about this. So easy to use, in my opinion. Easier than Cinematic Studio Strings, which is my main strings library, which I love. But it's a little bit harder to play, to perform, because of the latency or the delay for the legatos especially, but also in the staccatos or short notes. So much easier to play. The fast legatos here are absolutely nuts. This is just so good. The long notes, especially the soft ones, are just beautiful. I love the harmonics. Obviously, the legatos, the long and the long extended are beautiful. Where's the flautando? Just beautiful. We compared it with the original Spitfire symphonic strings recorded in Air Studio, and that the one in the Air Studio has its own character, so also so beautiful as well. Obviously, the room sound is just outstanding and very unique. We don't have concertino, which in a library. Where is it? This library includes everything, all the instruments of the strings library, plus the concertino. It has less articulations, but pretty much most of the articulations that you need. And I think it's a little bit cheaper than just the violins here. But again, there's a price tag for that incremental gain, and the farther we go, that incremental gain is smaller, and it just takes more resources to get that incremental gain. Anyway, this is a fantastic library. I hope this was useful. This is just first impressions video. I'll do another one in some point this week, hopefully, or next week, the latest. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. If you found value, please consider subscribing. Talk to you soon. See you soon. Bye-bye.